everybody, welcome back again. Steve with Swamp Bottom Baits here. So I've got a little 8-count bag of some prey baits and makeup. So as far as the actual shooting the baits, that ain't going to take but just a minute or two. Today's going to be more about the color. So watermelon red, which is, it's a staple. A lot of people use it. I use it myself. So today's going to be more about building the watermelon red color. And it's just, my version of it. So everybody can, dictate and add, take away, whatever you want, to make it your own. I've talked about that before. You find a color that you like. I try to make stuff my own, with the exception of, staple colors that you really can't do nothing with. Green pumpkin, pumpkin seed, June bug. You really can't do a whole lot with those to change them up that much. But if you can, then go ahead and do it. I mean, try and make stuff your own. And so this is just going to be how I make up my watermelon red. So we'll be back in just a minute. Alright, so if you look at the description here, it says it's got a semi-translucent blue back, a pearl-colored belly, subtle red highlight line, or red flake. Well, right here, this is actually kind of what it was talking about. But this one here is the Kitech version, which is what we're shooting for. Alright, welcome back. So we got half a cup of plastic here, medium blend. And I'm going to go ahead and do the belly first. It's going to be red highlight. And I'm going to go with about a 1/16 of a teaspoon. So, there we go. See if that's going to be enough. And with powders, you have to stir the crap out of it. So we're going to be introducing air bubbles while we do that. So we're going to have to go back through the vac chamber again. So let's see, a little bit of highlight on there. It's not standing out much for y'all. It's standing out more in person. So we'll have to get that back in, get it heated back up, vac it down again. So, but I think that's going to be plenty. You know what, maybe just one drop of white. Kind of opaque it up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. That one drop of white gave it just what I was wanting. So let's get that ready to go back in the microwave. Get our other cup out here. So, and from the two pictures, I do have a that's 035. Sorry. Let's see. This is 015 navy blue. That might work. I also have a 008 royal blue. That would probably work. But I'm not wanting to do that. I'm wanting to use a product from Dead On. And let's go ahead and get a couple drops of black in here for starter for our base. Let's go with 3. I think 3 will be enough. So we're just wanting a backer to it. Kind of give us a grayish color or a transparent black. So, and I'm going to use the opaline blue
which will give us that, it'll kind of look like a blue highlight, or as you've seen in the picture of the nose of that Kitech, it'll look like a really fine blue flake in there without giving it a milky color. So let's go with 5 to start out with. I want it to stand out, but the opaline blue, the opaline green will kind of give it that highlight look, where if we were to put the blue highlight powder in there, it would kind of dull it out and milk it up. So that wasn't quite enough. I'm going to go with 5 more. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, you can see that blue real good. So that's going to be our back color. So let's get these both back in the microwave, vacuum chamber, and then we will be right back to do the injecting. Alright, so we're back, and let's see, this one here says about 305, and that says it is 342. So let's give this a few more seconds in the microwave. So I've got in the mold, I've got my top to the right hand side, belly to the left, which is how I like it, how I set it up. Alright, so that's 332. 344. So we'll go with that, because when you're using powders you want it a little bit warmer. The powders will make your plastisol a little bit thicker, so you want it a little bit warmer if you are going a powder against a liquid. Alright, there we go. And because I don't have, this here is a Do It brand dual injector. It does not have the tip locks on it. So I press it into the cup when I evacuate it out. Put those back in the microwave. So this here is our purge pile. So you see that blue on the back, the red on the belly. That's what we're looking for. There's our blending block. So I am doing it in the 3.8 fatty shad, which is one of my go-to baits, one of my favorite baits, to be honest with you. So while that's setting up, let's kind of clean these up a little bit. Let's see if we can hold it up. Kind of give you, that's what our color profile is going to look like. That red will stand out a lot more on the belly once we turn it. And that mold was cold, so it's already set up. See if we can keep them all on one side here. Looks like some of them swirled a little bit. Pull this one out and show you. So we got a lot lighter on the back on this one, but there's that red. You see, it's the red is showing a little bit on the blue right there. So there's that one. Each one could be a little bit different. That's like a perfect laminate right there. So get you a close up. That really looks like what that Kitech picture showed. And there is the red on the belly. So you see some of the red showed up on the back of that one. I said everyone can be a little bit different. That's another good looking laminate right there. Doesn't look like it's swirled at all. And the last one, still got a little bit of that red going up into the black. But they will all fish great. I'm really looking forward to this fishing trip if it goes. So, appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out. So, there goes 5 of them. I'm going to make up a few more. Y'all have a good day. Thank you much. Peace and tight lines, y'all.